My name is Maida. My grandmother was a proclaimed atheist. It's ironic because she was the one that taught me the Lord's Prayer. She also, along with that, made me feel like if I didn't say the Lord's Prayer, something bad might happen. I didn't have a relationship with Christ. I instead had a fear of Christ at a very young age. I was in the 6th grade and my father had lung cancer and he passed away just a few months after. My world was totally rocked. All my security had kind of dissipated, and right after that my mother was diagnosed with lupus. She became a hermit and I became the adult of the house. Basically, I started mourning and grieving over her before she even died because she wasn't the same person. What I knew as normal was breaking apart. My grandmother had always told me, if you don't pray, something's gonna happen to you. I just got mad at God and started dabbling into drugs, into other girls, and not taking care of myself. I stopped going to school. I got married when I was in my early 20s. He was also into or knew of Santa Barbara, which is a black force. I was into tarot cards and seances and anything to make God angry because I felt like he had allowed bad things to happen to me, so I was going to be mad at him. That first husband passed away from an aneurysm and a massive heart attack. We were laying right next to each other, back to back, and I didn't know he had passed away. I slept with him for 8 hours that night. And when I woke up, I knew something wasn't right because he wasn't moving. And I had taken a shower, came back upstairs, and he still hadn't been moving. So I learned what I knew about Jesus from my grandmother, who claimed she was the atheist. And so she had passed away. I pretty much had a nervous breakdown when my first husband passed away. And I had my own business, and I allowed it to be taken back by the bank. I started living underneath of my pool table with my 80-pound Dalmatian and a bottle of liquor, a lantern that was lit by oil with covers, just keeping me inside underneath of this pool table. I was using the bathroom under there with a Walmart plastic bag because I had at that time let the electricity go out and I wasn't paying for anything. I wasn't working and the water had been cut off and rats were running through my house. At that point, my grandmother had passed, my father had passed, my first husband ended up dying, and then my mother died in my arms 2 years after that in the same house. I didn't think that God was anywhere to be found. I thought that I was a lost cause. I didn't want anything to do with church.